Divine activation before the 11:11 journey to Egypt. November 4th, 2025, just days before our departure for the 11:11 sacred journey to Egypt, our small group of 12, friends and family, was called into higher service. On the night of November 4th, our etheric doubles were summoned into the higher realms for what was later revealed as a divine activation. In that state, we stood together in readiness when streams of radiant golden symbols began descending into our consciousness, millions of them flowing like living hieroglyphs made of light. Each symbol carried information, frequency, and divine instructions, preparing us for our 11:11 journey. Then came 2 words spoken as a clear, commanding vibration that filled the space. Creator, creation. Each of us received individual written instructions imprinted directly into our subtle awareness. Yet as a group, we were also given one collective directive of profound importance, a guidance for the entire journey ahead. We were told, do not get distracted by chatter or by the outer world. Do not drift into the consciousness of being tourists in Egypt. Instead, we were to stay centered, very still, deeply focused, and fully receptive. The message was unmistakable. Be still and know I am God. This activation prepared our inner field for the sacred 11:11 mission in Egypt, to walk not as travelers, but as conscious co-creators of a new octave of divine manifestation. The Night of Divine Play, Lila, Cairo, Mena House, November 10th, 2025. Our first night together at the Mena House next to the pyramids of Giza in Egypt was extraordinary. Around 3:20 a.m., our etheric doubles left our physical bodies and met in one room on the 4th floor. Our out-of-body doubles formed a circle inside the room by a glass door overlooking the pool. The moment we did, something indescribable began. Patricia Cota Robles joined us in spirit, and 2 immense beings of light entered the space. The force they carried was pure Shakti, the living current of divine creation. Within seconds, that energy filled the room, moving through each of us up the spine in overwhelming intensity. I have never experienced anything like it. We were completely overtaken by the power that arrived and entered our bodies, not in fear, but in total surrender. Then something remarkable happened. All of us began to rise. We levitated about 5 feet above the floor, each in the same relaxed position. Legs lifted, backs tilted, as if reclining in invisible chairs of rainbow light. I was drawn to the center of the circle as the energy began to audibly speak through me. Sounds I had never heard before came through my vocal cords. They weren't words, but frequencies, cosmic tones activating something deep within all of us. The group began to move together, still levitating, slowly rotating to the left in a synchronized rainbow spiral, as though we were one living mandala. The activation continued until 3:33 a.m., concluding in a sudden, perfect stillness. A deep peace followed, a kind of quiet that felt far beyond this world. Then, at 6 a.m., another wave of energy arrived. This one was more intimate, yet just as powerful. The same beings returned and spoke again, but this time they entered the etheric double body of my husband and used his vocal cords to communicate. The tone, accent, and sound that came through him were unlike anything I have ever heard. Ancient, otherworldly, almost as if an immortal being was speaking a language not bound to time or earth. This is divine play. You're here for divine play. Lila. Their message echoed loudly through the ethers surrounded us. In Sanskrit, Lila means divine play. The idea that the universe itself is the spontaneous, joyful expression of the divine. Creation, preservation, and transformation are not burdens or duties, but the joyful unfolding of God's own nature, a cosmic game of love. That morning, as the first light touched the pyramids, we understood. We are not here to prove anything. We are here to play divinely, to remember that creation itself is joy, and that joy is the essence of God. We are here to be the best characters we can be in God's divine Lila play. The door of liberation. The night before. 11:11. We found ourselves working in the subtle realms again, the night of 11:11. A group of us stood beside the single-way door of liberation, the passage through which our brothers and sisters were crossing as they freed themselves from the false matrix and the layers of manipulation that had held them for so long. As each soul approached, they carried different imprints of distortion. My specific task was clear: to remove the implants from their backs and nervous systems, one by one. The work required precision. For a long time, I moved from person to person, removing hundreds of implants from their backs. At some point, I realized I wasn't enjoying it anymore. The intensity, the sheer volume of what needed to be done, and to some extent, the inherent unpleasantness of the task began to weigh on me. And it was precisely in that moment that the Creator spoke. The voice came with a power that was unmistakable, but the tone was filled with the deepest love. The words vibrated through the entire field. In the divine play, change is how creation becomes more and more beautiful. Do not stop. Be deeply content, deeply satisfied, and yet continue to improve whatever can be made better. The instruction carried the feeling of an artist working on a masterpiece. Creation was not a burden. It was an evolving canvas. The message was clear. Keep refining, keep uplifting, keep shaping the world into a higher expression of light. The Creator continued. Some people only want to improve their personal lives, and when they reach a place of comfort, they stop. But you must continue. Not for the self, but for all. Always keep becoming the change you can imagine for the world. Continue until everything becomes a shining world of love and light for all. Hearing this, my resistance dissolved. The work wasn't a task anymore. It was part of the divine play itself, a contribution to creation becoming more radiant with every soul liberated. Before the experience dissolved back into waking consciousness, one final message was given. Today, when you enter the Great Pyramid and stand before the Sphinx, 2 specific orange journeys will create a great positive change for all life on Mother Earth. The 2 journeys were shared and assigned as a task to be fulfilled with humility. And so we continue, step by step, in the divine play of awakening, refinement, and service to a world becoming light.